A common operational error is assuming that Microsoft Teams possesses its own native file storage repository. In reality, Teams is a collaborative presentation layer. It is a routing interface that masks the underlying Microsoft 365 cloud services doing the actual work. Treating this interface as a standalone chat application leads to severe data fragmentation. Files are duplicated, version control is lost, and formal business processes break down. To solve this, we have to map the functions you see in the Teams interface directly back to their true locations in the backend architecture. Building a unified collaboration network requires starting from those basic principles of data storage. From there, we move to configuring asynchronous communication boundaries, and finally, securing the synchronous meeting environment. Acknowledging that Teams is a routing interface rather than a storage bin is the required first step to securing an enterprise communication network. The most critical rule of Teams file routing separates direct messages from channel conversations. Sharing a file in a chat deposits it directly into a hidden folder inside your personal OneDrive vault, but channel uploads follow a different path. Files uploaded to a standard channel are routed to a centralized SharePoint document library. Because the files live in SharePoint, they inherit enterprise-grade document management capabilities, like real-time co-authoring and automatic version history. You can view and restore previous major and minor iterations of any document by opening the library directly through the SharePoint web interface. This infrastructure supports massive uploads, up to 250 gigabytes per file, while automatically storing hundreds of historical versions in the background. Utilizing this SharePoint backend eliminates the need to email attachments back and forth and enforces a strict linear audit trail for all modifications to corporate data. How you build your channels physically alters the backend database architecture, defining who can access what. Standard channels act as open perimeters. Everything posted is searchable, and all files share a common folder within the parent team's SharePoint site. When you create a private channel, Teams forces the immediate generation of an entirely separate, isolated SharePoint site collection to store that channel's data, cutting off access from the rest of the team. Shared channels take a different approach. They build secure external bridges using B2B Direct Connect, allowing collaboration with outside partners without granting them full tenant access. Deploying the correct channel topology prevents accidental data leakage by keeping sensitive information physically isolated at the storage level. This turbulence represents alert fatigue. When organizations leave default notification settings untouched, users are subjected to a constant barrage of unfiltered digital noise. To reduce this load, users must configure the global settings. Starting with missed activity emails, enforce consolidated daily batching. Next, adjust sound profiling to toggle off generic auditory alerts, maintaining unique tones for urgent messages. On mobile devices, configure quiet hours to enforce boundaries outside work times. Do Not Disturb acts as a primary sensory filter, blocking all visual and auditory notifications during deep work. However, you can configure priority access routing to designate a whitelist of key personnel. This ensures emergency communications from specific individuals bypass the barrier. For team communications, downgrade your standard channel notifications to the Mentions and Replies setting to filter out low-priority chatter. Finally, disable all notifications during active meetings to prevent private chat previews from popping up while you are sharing your screen. Actively layering these environmental controls converts Teams from a constant distraction engine into a highly protected deep work platform. Once the asynchronous environment is controlled, we have to secure real-time hybrid meetings. Configuring lobby governance holds external participants outside the virtual room until explicitly admitted. Before admitting them, organizers and presenters utilize the green room. This secure staging area allows them to test audio, check content, and finalize meeting options in private. During the meeting, organizers utilize presenter modes to overlay their video feed onto shared content, maintaining visual engagement. To ensure accessibility, live captions can be activated, leveraging real-time translation services for over 50 supported languages. For massive enterprise meetings, the audience can be partitioned into structured breakout rooms to facilitate specialized subgroup discussions. Presenters maintain strict administrative control over these rooms by pre-assigning participants, assigning dedicated room managers, and pushing synchronized announcements to all groups at once. Strictly managing this synchronous meeting environment prevents unauthorized access and ensures the organizer maintains total operational control from start to finish. High-performance Teams environments function as controlled enterprise networks where every component is mapped back to its underlying service. That means recognizing that all collaborative files are mapped directly to the underlying SharePoint and OneDrive data layers. Your choice of channel topology dictates how the database is isolated. It requires filtering excess notifications to protect your cognitive load, and synchronous meetings demand explicit lobby routing and security staging. By configuring these layers, you route precise information streams where they need to go, while shielding users from operational friction. This architectural blueprint provides the structural foundation for collaboration that remains secure as the organization scales.